Senior living experts, check. Holistic approach to wellness, check. Tailored memory care, check. Rockbridge Oaks, Chattanooga's newest boutique-style assisted living and memory care community, conveniently located off East Brainerd, has all the boxes checked. This isn't senior living the way you thought it would be. This is senior living the way you want it to be. Call Rockbridge Oaks today to see why you deserve to thrive here.
If you're looking for a little extra this year, you'll need to show some extra Southern hospitality. And doing it with bacon never hurt. Well, Merry Crispiness, because Jack's is bringing a sleigh load of bacon for its Southern favorites. There's the Big BLT, Chicken BLT, and our Bacon Double Cheeseburger, all piled high with crispy, delicious bacon. Looks like someone knows what the big man wanted. Keep it crispy, y'all. It's a bacon wonderland out there.
Julia, this whole taking a break thing of yours, it's genius! Bring your car to Budget Brakes and give your budget a break! You get it?
It's not exactly what I had in mind, but...
Visit budgetbrakes.com. Brakes starting at just $100.
Buy an iCool mattress set and get a free adjustable base upgrade at Mermaid Mattress.
You never want to underestimate the role of a dad in their children's life, especially when it comes to fathers and daughters. And our next guest knows that very well, and he has actually written a book to encourage all of the dads out there to kind of step up and be that role model that you know you can be for your kids. We're so happy this morning to have Patrick Riccards here joining us. He's written a book, an award-winning book called Dad with a Cheer Bow, and he's going to tell us all about it. Great to see you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
So how old is your daughter now?
Oh, my daughter now is 16. Okay. This has been, I think, like you see with so many teenage girls, this has been a path for her since she was about 7 years old. She decided she wanted to be a cheerleader. This began as a family. It's not something we had ever experienced, but it was a dream that she had that we have now supported for about 8 years.
So if I'm understanding it correctly, you kind of come from this coaching background anyway. You're kind of a motivational guy, right?
I am professionally, yes. I do a lot of work working with corporate executives, doing coaching for when they go out and talk and speak and those sorts of things. I knew nothing about cheer. I mean, everything I knew from cheer was either watching friends in high school who were cheerleaders or watching things like the movie Bring It On. This was a sport that I knew absolutely nothing about. And after doing this for about 2 years, my daughter was trying to decide whether she was coming back for a third year on her competition team. And she struck a deal that she would return as long as her dad could be her coach.
So when you began to go on this journey, and then after it, you began to write this book, I may have misspoken when I set you up, actually, because I'm not so sure now if the book is best intended for dads or if it's best intended for a person who just wants to challenge themselves to do something they think they can't.
I think it serves both purposes, but I really think it's important for dads. I think we tend to see there are things that fathers are supposed to do. There are things that fathers are not supposed to do. And we often see, it breaks news when you have a father who is going to visit school for a parent day or allows his daughter to paint his nails. I look like somebody who should be on a football field, not on a cheerleading mat. And I needed to put myself aside and focus on what was best for my daughter, what she wanted from me, how we could grow as a father and daughter. I'm a girl dad. I'm very, very proud of it. And that means doing whatever I can to support my daughter.
So did you just get a kick out of it when you would sometimes hear her friends say things to her like, I wish my dad was like yours?
I did. It was wonderful. I built such a tremendous relationship with all of the young women that I coached. I see them as my cheer daughters, and I would have some of them in the middle of the day. I'm in work, I'm at meetings, and they would phone me, they would text me, they would FaceTime me because they had questions about their lives. Had nothing to do with cheer. It was just such a tremendous relationship, getting to know these young women, getting to see them grow, and knowing that I got to be such a small part of it. And even getting to see some of these girls coming to my defense. We were at a regional competition one year, and there were a number of mothers who were sitting there talking in the concourse about how they would never allow a man to coach their team. Mm-hmm. And one of my athletes, you have to picture her because, McKenna was not even 5 foot tall, probably 65 pounds. the spunkiest girl you're ever going to meet. And she came up to me right after she heard these mothers talking smack about me and said, Coach Pat, do you want me to do something about it? And I said, no, McKenna, we're just going to go out and win. And we did.
And you did. So when we read the book, are we going to laugh?
Very much so. Very much so. I think when I spent more, in the course of 4 years of coaching, I spent more time with 19 tween girls than I did with my own wife. And there are things in that experience you just can't avoid laughing at. You're experiencing things, both me as a father, but just me as a human. That, as I got to know these girls, and it's one of these amazing things, my athletes had no filters around me whatsoever. I heard things I probably never should have heard. Yes. I saw things I probably never should have seen. But it helped me become not just a better coach, but it helped me become a better father to my own children, and I think helped me become a better man.
Well, all dads are different, and some dads would very much be able to step in like you did and kind of put themselves out there for their daughters. Some dads are a little bit more reserved, but what I'm going to guess the takeaway here is that all daughters, and all sons too, I'm sure, just want to have some way to connect and have that presence of their dad being that rock steady guide for them.
I think they do. I'm still listed. My daughter is a high school junior right now. She coaches, she cheers rather for her varsity high school cheerleading team. And I'm still listed in her phone as Coach Daddy. She and I built a relationship, the two of us, is we are closer than I ever imagined I could be with a child. Mm-hmm. It's one of those, she will tell me anything. I get all of the details of her life. That's what was the most important piece. It didn't matter that it was cheerleading. It mattered that I took time, when my kids know how busy I am with work, I took time each and every night to go to practice and work with my girls and get them ready for competition, to be there to support them when we won, but more importantly, to be there to help them when we didn't.
And I have two daughters, and so they're very close to me. And my husband, I think, can sometimes feel a little bit left out because a mom and daughter can be like this, and we talk about everything. And I'll just tell my husband, just simply knowing that you're there, even when they're in a bad mood or whatever, having you be there, the muscle memory builds that you're never going to leave them. And that means so much.
You are so right, and it's one of those things, and you realize there are just things you have to do. I never thought before competitions I'd have to go to curling parties and curl my daughter's hair so that it matched everybody else on the team. I never thought that I would get my girls to have me at competitions, national and global competitions, where I'm wearing a feather boa and a tutu over my coaching gear, because that was what they wanted me to do.
Well, let people know how they can get the book. It's called Dad with a Cheer Bow. It's available on Amazon. So whatever kind of dad you are, just be the best one you can be and step up and be there for your kids. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and thanks so much.
Same to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Feels good to be home.
This Wednesday, Black Friday deals start early at Ashley. Get 30% off store-wide or get 0% interest for 60 months with no minimum purchase and no down payment. This Wednesday, 10 a.m. to midnight, shop Black Friday deals at your local Ashley Furniture store.